Hello, everyone. My name is Darian Ellis, and I'm here with the Houston 100, powered by the Minority Report. Today, my guest is Mr. Eddie Fordham, owner and CEO of USA Imports.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining. So I just want to jump right in. Tell me about your business.
Well, we are what you call an import outsourcing company, traveling to China for about 32 years, traveling to Vietnam 27 years,
Wow.
Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Cambodia, working with the culture, with the factories, outsourcing products, selling to companies like Walmart, Kmart, Winn-Dixie, AMP, major retailers, major industrial companies, UPS, and many other companies that we do business with. Small mom and pops, but more major retail companies.
Wow. So I'm really interested to know, how did you get into this? What's the background?
Well, we started with a small company, and we took that company. We were buying product domestically, and the product we were buying domestically, we were not competitive. You can't buy from someone and sell against them because they have a better competitive edge. So those products were coming from Asia. So to make a long story short, a straight line to Asia, going to China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, developing the relationships.
I like that. So we are the Minority Report. So I want to talk about your experience as an African American man in that space. What was your experience with that?
I just take the blinders off and I go for it, because you have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone to be able to develop that business. And if you're going to deal with other cultures and other people, like you see the nail shops and things of that nature, you have to get out your comfort zone. So I don't have a problem with getting out of my comfort zone to get what I need to get done to make sure ends meet the means. Okay,
Right.
so yeah, that's it.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure we have a lot of budding entrepreneurs watching, and you've been in business, like you said, over 30 years.
Correct.
What were some of the challenges that you faced while you were building this business?
The challenges you face is finding the product, finding the source, the capital that's needed to be able to put the capital in. It's like putting gas in a car. You can have a brand new car, but if there's no gas in it, you can't go nowhere.
Right.
So it's a lot of steps and a process to get to a certain point. A lot of the people you see that are in our neighborhoods, from the Koreans to the Indians to the Pakistanis, in those neighborhoods and countries they came out of, there were businesses everywhere. So they've got a chance to be part of that incubator system and to adopt real quick when they got here to the United States.
Okay. So speaking of funding, how did you fund your business? Were you in another sector and you just decided to switch to distribution, or how did that go?
Well, what happened, I had to find the banks that will work with me, trying to find the banks that will work with you because, you just can't show up and say, well, here I am.
Right.
Okay. They're looking for many things. They're looking for financial statements, credit statements on you. Do you have experience? All of these things, they're looking to see if you have those experience,
Right.
to be able to see if you are a sure bet. Okay. And then some of your own money. Okay. Your sweat equity is one thing, but did you put some of your cash in the business? So if you won't put your own cash in there, they won't put theirs in either.
I see.
Okay.
Okay. So how did you develop life in China? I know you're married. How did you find your place in this different culture, in this different land? How did that work?
I'm a pretty easy person to get along with people from different cultures. My father was a military person, so hopping around, we got a chance to live in different communities.
Like that.
And that was part of a start. To me, they're no different. They're saying, you're saying yes, and they're saying this, and from their language, it's the same. Basically, it's the same.
Okay, I know you're fluent.
Sure.
Is it Mandarin?
Mandarin and also in Vietnamese.
Wow. Was that challenging?
It is a challenge because on the Chinese, the characters, okay, the Chinese have those characters, and with the characters of the Chinese, they have a pinyin, which is like an English. The Vietnamese language is a part of Chinese and English from the French. So there's those English characters, and it's a little bit easier to understand. Yes.
Well, that's inspiring. I really want to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So we know 2020 has been a heck of a year for everyone. How has COVID impacted your business?
COVID has it interrupted the chain a little bit because some factories that I had and I've done business with overseas in China and in Vietnam and some of the other countries went out of business because of the COVID in their country. But most of my other companies, it was a bump in the road, but it came back and it's moving along naturally now. It's okay.
Wow, I'm glad to hear that.
And everything is moving to webinars. So everybody's doing webinars. You don't have to go fly to see a buyer in Bentonville, Arkansas. You can do a webinar with the buyer right through that chain, supply chain.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad it hasn't impacted you that much. So another great question I have for you is, how do you measure success in your business?
Success is, you're trying to help a customer get what they want.
Right.
That's the main thing. It's not the money. Don't look at the money. Look at helping that customer get from point A to point B to point C and establish a long-term relationship with them. When I don't do that, or if there's a breakdown in there, I don't claim that as a success. There's an interruption. So I need to try to get it back on track. Not the money. The money will follow.
Right.
Once you get everything to that point and you develop a long-term relationship, the money will come.
I like that. So just you personally, what do you enjoy most about being an entrepreneur?
Meeting people, learning their culture, developing the relationships, developing the win-win situation where that customer wins, I win. That customer don't win, I don't win.
Right.
Because it's not a long-term relationship, it's a short-term relationship. So it's about developing the relationship.
I like that. Any advice to our budding entrepreneurs watching?
Yes, I mean there are opportunities out there, and don't be afraid, and don't let friends, family tell you that you can't do it. You have to go ahead on and inject yourself inside of that mindset. It's a mindset that you can do it. Take the chance, take the risk. You may fail, you may conquer, but you have to see it through.
I like
that was
that.
a poem that I had when I was in the fraternity.
I like that. Well, Mr. Foreman, this has been a great pleasure. Please let our viewers know where they can find you and your business.
Okay. Well, our warehouse is off of 610 and McCowa Road. We're right there on that corner. Okay. And we're right there, or you can reach out to our email and we can set up and come visit you. We go to a lot of companies that we can understand clearly what those companies are doing and how they do things, so I can be able to outsource what they'd like to have and bring to the United States.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Eddie. This has been a great pleasure. And again, my name is Darian Ellis, and I'm here with the Houston 100, powered by the Minority Report. Stay tuned.